Either I moved or the camera moved. So. Alright. Hey guys, Retro Mikey 78 here, and today I'm going to talk more about Starlink. I did an unboxing of the starter kit the other day, where you get the R-Wing, Star Fox, and can't get to it. The main pilot from the Starlink crew. I always forget what his name is too. Mason Rana. But I enjoyed the game. I'm about halfway through it. Decided that I wanted to play more with the other ships, the weaponry, and the other pilots. I wanted to try out their abilities. So I went to Best Buy, used the gamer program, the gamer club program that I'm still a part of for another year, to get my 20% off. That was the only way I would even think about purchasing all this, because it was expensive. But it's something I want to try, and I figured I'd unbox it, go through it, and tell everybody what you get with all these and what their special abilities are. So sit back, enjoy, and we're going to go through all this today. Alright, now let's dive into this. Let's start with the ships, and then we'll do the pilots, and then we'll do the weapons. So, get everything sorted here so we can get into this. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of people think that the Toys for Life, it's hit or miss whether you want to collect these or not. At first, I bought them, thought, well, I kind of want to keep them in the packages. They look neat, but no, I'm not going to. I think what I'm going to do is, after a while, I'm going to store them. Then I'm going to try to get more of these controller ports and display them up in my room somehow, because I think the ships themselves are kind of neat. Kind of display them the same way I do my Amigo figures. So let's get into this and see what each one has. All right, first off, we are opening NATO. It comes with a nullifier and a shade. It also comes with a pilot, which the pilot is, it is shade. The nullifier and the NATO. Alright, so each ship looks like you get a weapon, a pilot, and a ship. Trying to get them out without damaging them. And we'll just start throwing things over in the corner. I have the back. I don't know why I threw that one. Can't tell you about it if I throw this. Have my wife hand it back to me. Alright. Next up is the NATO. Weapons already on there. And the pilot for that one is Shade. Shade is a cunning smuggler who disappears and attacks without warning. So, kind of like a stealthy thing. You see the cape. You see the little knife here. Reminds you of Assassin's Creed, really. But her ability is to vanish, basically stealth. She can turn invisible. And the ship, the NATO. That's why I decided to do these 360-degree views, folks. Is a blast past enemy starships with a rocket class ship. So basically it's just a super fast rocket ship. But all in all, I thought this ship, I kind of really just liked the view of it, the look of it. Really cool smuggler-like ship. Different design. The wings weren't the same. And the weaponry on this is called the nullifier. Traps enemies in a vortex with guided gravity missiles. So, that's kind of neat. It is Lance. Keep the board box cover this time. Don't need that. I'll get the hang of this and get it down. up is the Lance ship, which is this one. So we have Hunter Hataka. Oop. And if you look at him, the way they pronounce his or say his name, Hunter or Hataka, whatever. But I kind of noticed the hair and the beads here on the side. He reminds me of a character off of Street Fighter Alpha. Can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my head. But it's the bad guy that Ryu and Ken basically fight during the whole series. And then the ship that he uses is called the Lance. There it is. As you notice, the end of it looks like a giant sword. That's why they call it Lance. His ability is the Honorable Warrior pierces multiple targets with his ship. So I bet you he just Shadow Strike. He just runs right into him and stabs him. And his ship, the Lance, intercepts foes with a performance class ship. So not nothing special. Yeah. And his weapon is the Imploder. It's a gravity-based weapon. There it is. It takes out groups of enemies with a black hole. So it creates a black hole to take out groups of enemies. That can be kind of neat. I'm going to definitely give that a try. Next up, the ship we have is Pulse. Alrighty. Throw more trash on the floor. And this one does not want to come out of here, folks. There we go. Alright, next up is the Pulse ship that you would buy. The pilot for that is Chase da Silva. Get you in up close. 300. Oh, you're her. And her ship, this is the one I think looks like a Formula One racing car. Alright. Her ship ability and her pilot ability is Fearless Racing Prodigy, whose boost to speed wins every time. And like I said, it looks like an F1 racing car with the spoilers on it and stuff. So kind of suits her that her ability would be super speed. Her weapon is the Volcano. So there it is. That's the weapon that comes with her ship. Her weapon melts down enemy armor with superheated shots. So fast with a fire weapon suits that character nicely. And you notice most of these weapons are, they have element techniques. It's kind of why I wanted to play around with them, try the different different weapons on different enemies. Oh. And the next ship we have is called Neptune. Oh. And this one's almost as big as the whole packaging. Knife, please. They've got this ship and everything tied in here. Something I wasn't expecting. So. Alright. one of the wings came off. Yeah, it's something. A lot of these ships, the wings, and something I didn't realize, you can interchange the wings, change your ships out. So, didn't realize I knocked the wing off. I guess it was hard to come out. Alright, let's go through this one. Alright, first up, we'll show you Judge. Up real close. You know, Judge is a mysterious alien with the power to slow down time, so he's got time shift abilities. Here's his ship, they call it the Neptune. Okay. And here's his ship. It's a heavy enemy fire, like a tank class ship. Give you a 360-degree view of it. I think some of these ships are really neat. I love how you can see all the pilots from within each ship. And each ship comes with one weaponry. And his is the Levitator, which holds enemies helplessly in the air. And that's what his weapon looks like. Alright. Go through these 4 pilots you got here. If I'm right, yeah, most of these are the pilots you get, that you start out with in the game. I'm still missing a pilot, so I just realized I'm still missing one of the pilots, so I'm going to have to find one of them. Oh. I thought I had the whole set, but I guess I don't. No, wait. There it is. No. Eli, I was looking right at him, so okay. I don't think Maverick, Rocker, Blast. Yeah, the pilots, all they do is give you when you load them up, you just get a different ability. So all I'm going to do is just quickly just show each pilot off. Next we have Levi McCrae, and then I have Carl Zion, who is like the first extra person you pick up in the game. And yeah, like I said, you don't have to get the Toys for Life. You could get the download version where you buy and get everything for the same price. I just thought the toys were kind of neat. Thought they'd be neat to display in the game room. I'm always looking for pieces to put up on shelves. I kind of like my amiibo collection, even though I really don't do much with it anymore. What we'll do here is we're going to go through the 4 pilots, and then we'll do the weaponry. Alright, first up we have Carl Zion. His special ability for a pilot is a brave explorer whose vortex shield returns enemy fire. So basically, yeah, what he does is creates a shield that just reflects enemy fire back at him. Kind of a nice defensive player. Here's one of the Starlink crewmen, Levi McCrae. He's an impulsive daredevil who defies impossible odds without a scratch. He basically just, his shield ability is called Danger Zone. Looks like it's just basically a shield. So, kind of neat. Next up, we have Eli Arborwood. He's a lone marksman who fast reflexes blast everything in sight. And what it shows on the back of the packaging, he locks in on all the targets on the screen and blasts everything all at once. So that's kind of neat. Next up, after that, we have Razor LeMay, another one of the Starlink pilots. She's a Maverick rocker whose blasting riffs blows enemies away. So I'm not sure exactly what that is. Her ability is called the Power Chord. But whatever it is, it just blasts a bunch of enemies is what it looks like on the back of the packaging. So alright, then like I said, we got 4 sets of weapons to go through. We'll go through, and when you look at the weapons, they're all color-coded on the chart. You know, ice, fire, ice again. What's the Iron Fist? The Iron Fist. I think it's just a weapon. There's no element to that one. Oh, I forget what the purple is. Gravity. And Shockwave is one that kind of just does a... So we'll start with this one. You have the Gravity Weapon Crusher and Shredder MK2. Last one, Crusher. Just create a devastating gravity well. So basically just a giant gravity cannon. Curious to see what that does. And the Shredder. Shred an enemy with rapid heavy firepower. Basically it's a giant machine gun on the plane. That's another old artillery style weapon. Alright. And we have Alright. Then we have Shockwave. Next up we have Shockwave. Knocks enemies back with a wave of force. It basically doesn't hurt them, but if you need a group to be able to push enemies back away from you, that'd be neat. And on the other side of the ship, we have the Gauss Gun Mach 2. Take down even the heavily armored foes. Basically, I don't know if it's an artillery style gun or if it's a rail gun. I'm going to check that out, but it's a heavily armored, maybe even like a tank gun. Tank cannon. Alright. Next up, we have Iron Fist and the Freeze Ray Mach 2. Next two are Iron Fist was the next one. Blast foes who get in too close with shrapnel. So that's basically like a shotgun style space gun. Looks interesting. On the other side of the ship, we have the Freeze Ray MK Model 2. Freeze an enemy into crushing ice. So, yeah, both those look kind of neat. The abilities are nice. And the last one in this bunch. Ugh. The last two in this bunch is a fire and ice weapon. The ice weapon pack you can buy would be with the Hailstorm and with the... Alright, this is the Hailstorm, the blue one. And this is called the Meteor MK2. The Hailstorm launches bursts of freezing ice shots at people. And the Meteor MK2 launches or rams into enemies with a searing heat shield. So basically it does what one of those other people did. It rams into enemies. So I'm curious to take his ability of ramming and add the heat shield to it and see what happens. Alright, yeah, that's all the toys that are out now. If they do release a line later, I might get them and unbox them. Depends on where I'm at in my gaming at the time, if I'm still playing this game. But right now, I'm dedicating almost all my spare time to playing this game. I'm really enjoying it. I figured I'd take time out once I got these and show you guys what they were unboxing. Hope you liked them. Got the up-close pictures for you, why I described them. And I didn't see too many people out there displaying these or showing the toys for life. Everybody's doing reviews, telling their point, whether they liked the toys or didn't like the toys, how they didn't want to buy the toys. So, figured I'd give you guys all a different perspective from somebody that's not a giant YouTuber. But yeah, give me a like and a subscribe, and I hope you come back for more content later. See you later.